Hello food fans, today for lunch we're going to have something with some meat in it, and it's ground meat, ground beef, ground chuck, and we have about 1/2 pound of ground chuck that we're going to be using for this feast. It's going to be very good. Also going to use a little bit of a onion. This is a probably about 1/4 of an onion is what I will use in this particular meal. And what is the meal? Chili. Usually this time of year it's quite cold, and chili is delicious on a cold day, but it's pretty good on a day that's a little bit warm. We're having summertime temperatures here in Nashville during this late 2021. So I'll also use some chili beans in this. So let's get started. And the ground beef is cooking. I'm going to chop up a few little onions. I did not put any non-stick spray in the pan. I'm not using any vegetable oil of any kind. I'll just let the ground beef, which is 30% fat, I do believe. I think that's the number. I'll let it provide its own cooking oil. And there's I guess that'd be about probably 1/6 of an onion in there with it. We will let that cook for a while. I shall give this a flip, and we'll also flip the onions over while we're cooking. This looks pretty good. And I will be chopping up this block of meat that cooked this way. I'm going to do the chili in one pan. Don't need to turn on any other burners or anything. I'm cooking for one person, and I do eat a lot, so I will be having a 1/2 pound of ground beef and the onions we see there, and about 15 ounces of chili beans. I will have some pasta sauce in there. I'll have some chili powder. Be a good name for a movie actor, wouldn't it? Hi, my name's Chili Powder. I'll put in a little bit of red pepper, not much, and I'll put in a little bit of garlic salt. Not much. We'll let this cook for a little bit. And I will flip it and chop it up and add some ingredients. Just that. And I do like to have the ground beef cooked very well done. And the onions, I like to have them cooked well. So what I shall do is chop up the beef. It's starting to look pretty good. Smells pretty good. And then we'll add some other ingredients in just a minute. That's all chopped up pretty well. This should make some noise as we add it. Well, very, very quiet. That's chili beans and some of the water that they were cooked in. Starting to look a little bit like chili now, and I will put in some more ingredients and be right back. Sprinkle a little bit of the garlic salt on here, not too much, just a taste, and we'll add the crushed red pepper. The lid open here, just a teeny weeny bit. And some chili powder. Just a little bit of chili powder. And then I'm going to put in some of the pasta sauce, and we'll be just about done. Now I will let that Cook for just a couple more minutes, turn out the heat, and we will be ready to chow down. And it is very hot, the heat is turned off, and I'm going to stir it just a little bit. Keep the kids away from the stove, it gets very hot. And I will be adding some crackers to this. It looks very, very good. And it does look pretty good here. Let me put some crackers into the chili. We'll have a nice lunch. I have my salad here. Salad made of cabbage, carrots, and a few tomatoes, little chunks of tomato, and some mayonnaise, and some relish, and some ketchup. That's my salad just about every single day. And cabbage is supposed to be a pretty good, healthful food. I know I like it, and I have for a long time. When I was about 3 or 4 years old, my favorite food was sauerkraut, which is a form of cabbage. So I was eating cabbage back then and having an opinion of how good it tasted. And I also like coleslaw, and I like cooked cabbage. But most days what I have is a salad. It's up here like this, and we'll get a spoonful, and also I'll get some salad here in just a minute. And there's lots of beef in this chili. It's delicious, it's chili, and it is hot. Do keep the kids away from the stoves and the sharp knives and so on. The kitchen is a dangerous place for a kid. Planet Earth is a dangerous place for a kid. I think Planet Earth is in a bad neighborhood. Let's try a little bit more of this ground beef. Ground beef adds a lot of flavor because a lot of it is fat, and fat is flavor, and some people will say, well, it's no good for you and all that. What food should a person be eating that could possibly be better than the food that you like? I think it's my 10 rating. Try some cabbage and carrots and tomatoes, and my mayonnaise and relish and ketchup. Good stuff. I'll talk a little bit about some of the movies that I like. Adventure movies. I'm going to have some root beer right now. This is root beer from Kroger. I think it's still 79 cents for 2 liters, or it's I think 4 for $3, something like that. But I expect the prices to go up at any time. If you go in 1 week, prices are higher than they were a week before. This is simply delicious. I wonder if they'll have food like this for the people who go to Mars in 2024. I think they're supposed to be making a trip. Or will they be eating some kind of
vitamin pill. I would not want to go to Mars. More chili. And get some of these videos here. This is Gregory Peck on the Guns of Navarone, good adventure movie. And these movies that I'll be showing you right now, I'm talking about, are adventure movies. There's some movies that would be considered adventure movies, but I consider them more of comedy, and I'll mention them sometime when I'm doing comedy. Shout outs for people who have not seen these movies and want to know what is a good movie to watch. Guns of Navarone is very good to watch. And a movie like It's a Mad, 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 Mad World is definitely an adventure, but I will save it and mention how much I like it when I review some comedy movies. Time for some chili. This is simply too delicious not to try. Ground beef, onions, garlic salt, some red peppers, some pasta sauce, and chili beans. It's very, very good. It has the hot, spicy taste without being too spicy. Guns of Navarone also stars David Niven, Anthony Quinn, James Darren. And it's a very good adventure with the backdrop of World War II and lots of different locations in the movie and some really good acting. Special effects are not up to today's standards, but they're still good, and I don't think anyone will complain about the special effects. How did I get to be so lucky to have such good food as this? Root beer time. I hope your 2021 wasn't too bad. It's a very strange and silly year. 2022 could be very, very good. It could be messed up, but it could be very good. A movie I really like, The Talented Mr. Ripley, with Matt Damon. And Jude Law is good in this also. Every actor in this movie is good. And there are lots of sets, and it plays like a Hitchcock movie. It's got a lot of the Hitchcock feel to it without having been directed by Alfred Hitchcock. It's one of the best bowls of chili I've ever had. It's not a bowl, of course, it's a pan. Another adventure movie I really like. This is Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. A lot of Hitchcock movies would be on my list of favorite adventure movies. North by Northwest would top such a list. Cary Grant is very good in this. More chili. If you have not seen The Train with Burt Lancaster, I highly recommend that. I think that's free to watch at YouTube. I'm not certain, but I think it is. More chili. There should be a restaurant where chili is the main dish. For breakfast they have chili and eggs. My salad is quite delicious. As I said, I have it every day, and maybe I've just grown used to it, but it is good tasting. Where Eagles Dare. Where Eagles Dare is a World War II adventure movie with not Burt Reynolds, it's Richard Burton and Clint Eastwood. And again, lots of interesting locations in that movie. Highly recommended. Hope you had good holidays. Looking forward to 2022. More root beer. Don't know for sure what the content is as far as protein, how many grams of protein this has, but I'm sure it's pretty high ranking in protein, and it probably isn't filled with too much sodium. But I don't know. Chili and beans and crackers and pasta sauce. And more. It's about 70 degrees outside in Nashville right now, Fahrenheit. Decision Before Dawn is a World War II adventure, and the locations are actual places in Europe that were bombed and destroyed during World War II. I recommend Decision Before Dawn. It's a very good what-if type of movie. Oscar Werner stars in Decision Before Dawn. Steve McQueen, The Great Escape, another World War II adventure movie with lots of action, a great cast, lots and lots of big name actors in that movie, The Great Escape. We're getting near the end of the beef stew, or the chili. Not sure exactly what the price is for ground beef right now in Nashville, but I would guess it's more than $3 a pound. I'll have a dessert, and it will be a surprise. It'll be a secret dessert because I don't know what it is yet. I have not decided. Carrots and cabbage keep for a long time in the refrigerator in a plastic bag. Since I'm cooking for one, I don't eat a lot of cabbage and carrots. I eat it every day, but I don't eat a great amount of it, and therefore the cabbage and carrots in the refrigerator stays fresh day after day for a couple of weeks. Other good adventure movies: Bullitt, B-U-L-L-I-T. We were just talking about The Great Escape. That's Steve McQueen. And Bullitt is Steve McQueen. It has a great car chase scene in it. Bridge on the River Kwai, with Colonel Bogey March for a theme song. Another real good World War II adventure with a train in it. William Holden is the star. Von Ryan's Express is very good, and it has a train, and it has Frank Sinatra as a star. The Fugitive is a good adventure movie with someone who's on the run all the time, all the way through it. Harrison Ford is the star of The Fugitive. Ben-Hur, H-U-R. Ben-Hur is a great biblical era adventure movie that has a great chariot race scene and other great scenes in it. Planet of the Apes, Charlton Heston. Some root beer. Chili's almost gone. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 with Walter Matthau. A good movie with a couple of good comedy moments. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 also has a train, subway train. And for dessert, we will have cherry flavored yogurt. This came from Aldi's. I think the price now is 39 cents. It was 34 cents for a long time. But the price has gone up a little teensy weensy bit. So I have some yogurt. Yogurt is a good dessert. I don't know how healthful yogurt is or is not. There are so many different studies that find a food to be good for you and bad for you. I think your best bet food-wise is to eat something that makes you feel good, that you like. Stay away from cigarettes. This is good. I thank you for watching.